little blown out here, bud.
Can't believe this is happening.
Yeah! What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Staff Inspection where I'm not working on my van. I'm actually going to be working on this 1992 Chevy Corvette C4. Now, some of you may have seen this thing on bonus channel. Vince from Build and Battle Season 1 came in, he helped me work on this thing. Before that all happened, my uncle stopped in, he dropped this thing off.
How's it going, Casey?
Hey, I'm Al.
Nice to meet you.
He gave it to me because I promised him I'd do my best to get it back on the road. Since the bonus channel episodes, I had a little bit of time and I installed a new door handle and I threw these Falken 275 40R17s on here. One thing that's really cool with this C4 is the front and rear tire size are exactly the same. So in theory, you could swap them out if you wanted to. And I also put a new gear inside this headlight, so it's working a lot better now. When I took it all apart, the gear was completely sheared, so I'll keep an eye out. I may do the same thing with this side. But I have 3 goals for this car. Number 1, make it a reliable daily driver. To get there, this thing needs a tune-up to say the least and some standard maintenance. Number 2, I'm gonna add some horsepower, because why not? Number 3, I wanna make this thing California state legal, so I can drive it to work without getting hassled by the man. So I went to Holley and I picked up some aftermarket stuff. I'll get it out right now and show you guys what I got. All right, so what I picked up, I got a Flowtech exhaust. I do like the stock, how it looks, but this is gonna add that sound that I'm looking for. We replaced the OptiSpark, Vince and I did on bonus channel, but the MSD version is a little bit more high tech and the quality is much better than the one that I picked up. And also, I plan on getting a new water pump, and I've read that if your water pump is bad, that it'll actually leak water right on top of the OptiSpark and it'll be no good. So there's a chance that the OptiSpark that I have in there now. Oh, Kiki! Oh. What's up, dog? Yeah. I was just gonna go over what you told me to get.
Look, if you get anything old or anything you're gonna work on, these manuals are like gold. That's the thing.
And there's a lot of videos on YouTube with the C4, what I've noticed. A ton of them.
And now there's gonna be more.
Now there's gonna be more.
Damn, you're going with the Chevy orange valve covers?
Yeah, dog. Okay. I decided to go flashy.
Okay.
So okay. I got the hooker headers. Yeah, it'll give it that rumble.
Okay, upgrading the whole system. The whole shebang. Okay.
Yep,
okay.
Got the new plug wires, which may actually solve the whole issue that we were having with the misfire.
Damn, let's see these.
That's a Flowtech, baby.
Is this for that brap?
It's got to get that brap.
Okay.
I know you got that super chop.
I mean, hey, I'm all about the brap, so this is good. I like where your head's at here, Kyle. This is the biggest problem with LT1s right here. So, I mean, if you can get that solved, especially by changing the water pump too, I mean, like, you can't go wrong unless you set up.
True.
All right, bro.
All right, dog. Thanks, Zach. Unfortunately, right now, the shop is being used, so I'm gonna hold off on all these parts until I get the water pump and some other stuff that's in transit. In the next couple days, I'll be in there putting the parts on the car. But for this episode, what I'm gonna concentrate on is making some custom door panels. I got Jose, he's gonna help me custom fit them to the car. So let's get to it.
Black on black woven still available. Long sleeve, short sleeve. Go buy one. Hoonigan.com. Go buy one, you Fortnite playing mother.
Okay, so I actually used a door panel I found off the internet, and along with the measurements that I took, I came up with this design right here. It looks pretty cool. What I'm doing is exporting this as a DXF file. I use this top layer right here as a layer just to make little measurements and marks and to sort of know where I'm at. Once I get out there, I'll show you how to set up the plasma cutter to cut out of aluminum. It's a little bit more tricky than cutting out of metal, but we'll get it done. All right, so I brought the file in and you can see she ain't gonna fit on the table. So I'm gonna rotate it so it's vertical, and then we should be good to go. All right, so now that it's vertical, everything fits, and I'm gonna add the jet cutting tool, and as you can see, everything looks like it lines up pretty well. All my cuts starting on the inside. I wanna make sure that the last cut is this enormous cut. It looks like it's cut number 20. That's what we need. This is 1/4 inch steel, so this is much different than what I wanna cut out right now. So when you're cutting out a 1/4 inch steel, you use the 65 amp consumables. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace them with the 45 amp. I haven't replaced these in a while, so I'm just gonna replace them all. Now, anytime you're changing out the consumables on the plasma cutter, turn the plasma cutter off. So you shut it off, nothing's on. And then what I'm gonna do first is take off this ground. This is just hand tight. So nothing crazy. I don't need any tools to do this. Electrode. This is the 65 amp nozzle. 65, 45. This is what we want right here. And then we want to use the 45 amp tip and the electrode for each one of these cuts. If you're using 65 amp or 45 amp, it's the exact same. Take that old tip off, the 65, which we definitely need more of. 45 goes on. Nozzle, electrode. Now, these things are floating in here, which is pretty cool. They're not tight, they're just floating. Put that on there pretty tight. You don't want to over tighten it, and then you throw the ground back on. Voila. Alrighty, so test fitment, let's take a look. Boom! Not bad. I'm stoked on it. That's gonna work. Obviously room for improvement around here, but overall, I'm pretty stoked. You can hear him partying next door. I'm gonna stop by, see if they'll let me in. Deuces for today. Alright, so another day on the Corvette build. Got the door panels, got Casey working, and
washing that dirty handshake off.
I got Jose here. He's gonna teach me today about making rivet nuts.
How to put in thread inserts.
So that the idea is when we put the door panel in, we'll be able to take it off, because what I want to do after it's all set, I'm gonna take it back off, paint it, or I want to be able to put a leather handle into it, be able to pull it shut.
Or maybe take it apart in case the window stops working.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, good point. I did find that in the back of here, there was a piece of the door that I didn't see beforehand, before I actually cut this out, so she don't fit, so. How do you think we should go about this? First, get this mounted where we want it.
Maybe leave that there where it's at.
Yeah.
And then put the panel over it, and then we'll kind of see where we need to cut.
Okay, let's do it.
That's way better.
Yeah.
We'll set the door panel where we want it. So let's say it's there. Mark our holes with the marker where we want them.
Yep.
Drill it. Transfer the holes that we have here to the door, and then drill the door so we can put the inserts.
Okay, let's do it. We got some holes drilled, and these things are actually gonna shrink.
Sort of. Similar to a rivet. So get these things screwed on here. You want the thread to be like right on the edge on that. So you see that? That'll do that.
Come on.
And then basically what it does, you put this, and by shrinking I mean like it'll pull the material together, kind of like crimping. And from being that size, it'll probably go maybe, I want to say about 1/4 inch smaller, something like that.
Okay.
It's good. We're good. We should be.
So you just put it in there? And
yeah,
then
put it in there and then
hit it?
hit it.
It's that easy.
That easy. That on. That's it.
Boom.
You got a threaded insert.
Dude, sick. We drilled this hole a little too big, but what we're gonna do, we got a little washer here. We're gonna sandwich her right in there and give her hell. All right, so door panel update. Driver's side is in. I'm pretty stoked with it. Dude,
Oh yeah.
looks pretty sick. I think we just keep the momentum going and move on to the passenger. We got some cutting ahead of us, so let's get to it.
Kyle.
Thank you, Jose. Couldn't have done it without you.
Oh yeah.
We'll clean this all up. Add a little panel here. I'll put that inside piece. I'm gonna add a panel here. So maybe Jose will help me put the new headers I got on.
Maybe.
Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Comment below what you want to see us do to this Corvette. So.
Kiki.